Hey friends, welcome back to another budget with me video. Today I'm going to be sharing my June 2023 budget with me. So if you want to see how I am budgeting my June bi-weekly paycheck using a zero-based budget and the budget by paycheck method, then just continue watching this June 2023 budget with me. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shadavia and this is Oshi Budgets, where I do talk about all things money, budgeting, and savings related. On my channel, you will see some things like budget with me's, where I do share my real numbers. I do cash envelope stuffings, savings challenges, and I also give you guys debt and savings updates on my own personal financial journey. So if any of that is content that you're into, go ahead and do me a favor and give today's video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but don't forget your notification bell so you'll never miss the next time I post. As I mentioned, today's budget with me is going to be for my June paycheck number 1. So as always, these are my real numbers that I'm going to be sharing with each budget with me video. So let's go ahead and get straight into today's budget with me numbers. And let me go ahead and put a disclaimer out there, you guys. Today's budget with me is going to be my largest paycheck in 2023. I want to say ever, but 2023 in general, you guys, I did work quite a bit of overtime, and let me just put the other disclaimer out there: I will not do that again, or especially how I did it this last go round. But I am ultimately grateful for the additional income, and you guys will be able to see what I'm actually doing with that. So if you're new here, or as you guys know, in my budget with me, I am trying to automate as much as my bills as I possibly can. And so what that means is, so my mortgage and my phone, that has already gone off to that separate account. I never touched it because I have it set up to come automatically out of my paycheck into that separate account. I've also done the same thing with my emergency fund, and so I do budget out $125 per paycheck to go towards my emergency fund. And then the other thing that I most recently automated to go into that separate account as well is my dental, because what I was doing is, once I got paid, I would have it go into like my general or variable expense account, and then I had to transfer it to my bill account. And so what I did recently, again, in my paycheck at work, I just automated it so that it went directly to that account. So now I don't have to budget for it because I know it's going to be taken care of. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out for June, and let me know if this is the case for you guys as well. I have 3 paychecks this month, you guys. So even though I am paid bi-weekly, this is a magic month for me. And so what that means is that I'm going to be budgeting out 3 of my June paychecks this month, which is super exciting. But I kind of already know what I'm going to be doing with my free check. That's never really free. But let's go ahead and get into today's numbers, and let's see how much income we're actually working with for this paycheck. So after all of that, those other bills and automations are already taken care of. And I didn't even mention my 401k, health insurance, etc. But I feel like that's understood already. But if in case it's not, I do pay those as well. But this paycheck, for my June paycheck number 1, I am taking home a $1,926.82. And like I said, that is amazing, you guys, because that is the largest paycheck that I've received this year. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with it now? And so the first thing that I like to do in every budget with me, I do my bills. I take care of my 4 walls first, and then I put money aside for my cash envelopes and also any type of savings that I want to focus on. So the first bill, outside of my mortgage, my phone, etc., the first bill that I'm going to be taking care of is my car note. And so I pay that on a bi-weekly basis. So even though I get paid a paycheck 3 times this month, I am still going to pay my car note, and that is simply because I like to be ahead as much as I can, since that is my next debt that I need to pay off. It makes a way for me to have an additional payment at the end of the year. So I'm still going to continue to pay that every 2 weeks, even if it's not due. Now, the next bill that I have is going to be my light bill. So my light bill isn't technically due, but if you guys are new here, what I like to do is from each paycheck, I like to take the first paycheck of the month, which is in this case June's paycheck number 1. I'll go ahead and put aside $100 for this light bill. And then in my next paycheck, usually by my second paycheck of the month, and then I will have that bill, and I know exactly how much I need to take out from my second paycheck. So if the bill is $175, I took out $100 on this first paycheck, and then I'll take $75 on the second paycheck, opposed to taking the full $175. And that's honestly just how I prefer to do it. I like to budget by paycheck, and so if I'm able to, allocate my bills or split my bills so that it's more manageable, so I can put more into my cash envelopes or savings, then I'm definitely going to do that. And then the last bill that I actually have this pay period or for this paycheck is my Apple Music, and that is $6.58. And I did have to change my budget, even though it doesn't look like I have a lot. I did change my budget around a little bit, because as you guys know, when you do get paid those three times in a month, it kind of throws your budget off. Let me know if you agree or not. But sometimes you have to change things around. And so what I did is I had to change my Apple Music to put it with these bills. I also canceled my gym membership, you guys. So even though it looks like I'm not paying anything, that is because, and I always put the disclaimer out there, is I have realized what is unnecessary to me. And so therefore I've been able to really minimize my budget, the bills, my responsibilities, my expenses. And that's how I'm able to have so much left over from each paycheck, which I really pride myself for, because a lot of times when we look at our budget, we notice that there's a lot of things that we're not using, or there are a lot of things that we could hurry up and get rid of, or we don't necessarily need. And so on my channel, if you start from the beginning, you'll see where I had credit card debt, I had a lot of subscriptions, I had a lot of just unnecessary things that I was paying for. I had debt payoffs as well. And now for this June paycheck number 2, I only had 3 bills really, that I needed to budget my paycheck for, because mortgage and my phone bill, those are gonna be paid automatically. And then next paycheck, I'll have my gas bill on there and some other bills as well. But as you can see, only 3 bills that we had to pay for this June paycheck, which is, it feels good. I'm not even gonna say it doesn't. It does absolutely feel good. And so I will encourage you guys to, check your budget, double check your budget, triple check your budget, and slowly decrease the amount of expenses you have, or the things that is in your budget that you can honestly go without. Because let's be honest, we all could, eliminate some of those expenses. And even me, I still have some that I'm like, okay, I can't wait to finish paying that, or I can't wait to, just not need that anymore. So once I take away those bills, I am then going to be left with $1,571.24. And that is what I can budget for my cash envelopes, and again, my savings. Now, if you guys are new here as well, I have a goal this year, a very stretch goal for myself, whether people believe it or not. It is to save $10,000 in 2023. And so to be able to do that, I do need to save at least $834 each month. And so I do take a percentage per paycheck to help me reach that goal, but also generate some side hustle or additional income as well. Now, what I am doing for this June paycheck number 1, I am taking pretty much all of the overtime that I made, and I'm going to put that towards my 10K challenge. I contemplated it for a minute, But I said, you know what? Last month, in the month of May, I did not reach my savings goal. The month of June, I am foreseeing my biggest savings month yet. And to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet, and I'm going to budget out $800. Yes, you guys, $800 is going to go from this paycheck to that $10,000 savings goal, because I am so ready to have my house, you guys. I am so ready to start building, starting the process, and I just want to reach that goal as quickly as I can. And it's not like I'm actually missing out on anything, but the whole purpose really of me working the overtime was so that I can put it towards additional savings. I didn't necessarily need it for my variable expenses, because I feel like if I was just to increase those, then I would just increase my spending, if that makes sense. So I have $771 left to budget. And so some things in my budget does not change or hasn't changed as of lately. And that is my groceries, which gets $100 per week, you guys. And even though we're in the summer, that has still been working. So I'm going to keep it at $100. And my gas gets $60. And I do think I'm going to have to take something from my car maintenance, because I don't get paid officially until like later tonight or tomorrow. And I actually have my sister's graduation that I'm going to today. So I need to get some gas. And I think I only had like $7 left in my gas budget. So I may just take, $10 or so from my car maintenance, just to be able to get me some gas for tomorrow. But I haven't decided yet. Or I may just ask my brother, who's also going to the graduation, if we can just pick it back with him. Honestly, he's the big brother, so I feel like he should drive anyways. But we'll see what he says. So let me go ahead and take that $100 and then the $60 away, which then it leaves us with $611. Now, I do like to put money aside for my family. So I'm a family of 5, and I like to be able to create some experiences for us. And it may not be like the most expensive things. We may not be going on trips as of yet, which I hope that we're still able to do one this year. But I do like to just be realistic, and I know that's something that we like to do. So for this June paycheck number 1, I did go ahead and budget out $125, which is a little more than I normally would. But that's because I do have more income than I normally have. And so I just put it a little extra towards family fun. And so when I do that, I am then left with $486. Now, my household envelope that I like to budget for each paycheck, I usually try to do $20. Last time in my budget, I did $25, and I thought that worked really, really well, because I was actually able to get a little bit more. And so since I have more, again, this paycheck, I am slightly increasing my household budget for the next 2 weeks, and that is going to get a total of $30, which again, should not, it's not going to take care of everything that I need in my budget, but it does take care of a lot of things that I need in my household budget. And so I am a firm believer that, you don't have to overspend or overbuy. I particularly like to shop like on a weekly basis, because it's less overwhelming for me, and then it allows me to actually reset each week. And so that's kind of what I do with, our groceries, also with household. I'm like, okay, let me check in with my budget as well, because that is important, you guys. Sometimes we do need to make those adjustments to our budget just so that it can continue to work for us. You're not going to create a budget one time and it's going to be the same for the rest of your life. Like, I'm here to tell you that it does not work like that. Like I said, for June, since I'm paid 3 times, I did have to go in and kind of readjust my budget, make sure that my bills are going to be still paid on time and by their due date, just based off of my different paychecks that I'm receiving this month and also next month, because I kind of planned ahead a little bit. So once I take the $30 away from that, I'm then left with $426. No, $456. And so because of that, I'm just gonna round that down to 400. And so I'm going to budget out the $56. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to myself, you guys, which you know that in each budget video or every paycheck, I do like to put some money aside for myself. And then it's just a reminder to me, you know, of the hard work, and it's okay for me to actually be able to treat myself every once in a while. And so that could look like, you know, going out for brunch. I think I want to order some clothes online because I really dislike going into the store and shopping. But nevertheless, I still, you know, I have those funds available and I will feel less guilty about it. Now, the other two savings goals that I actually have is my month ahead fund and sinking funds, you guys. And like I said, this month is going to be really, really aggressive for me when it comes to my savings goals, because I am trying to, you know, put myself in a good position. So by September, October, a little bit before the end of this year, I am set and I can just focus on one savings goal, which will probably be like, you know, continues to build my emergency fund. I think right now I have about I want to say like 2 months worth of expenses, maybe even 3. I haven't double checked, but I don't really look at my emergency fund a lot because it doesn't have 6 figures in it. I'm gonna be honest. So I just know that it's something that I'm gonna always continue to build on. But for my month ahead fund, I did budget out $164, which is going to be a great start for me, because that savings goal is a little over $1,500, and I think I have almost 200 or not, if not over 200. And then with the remaining $236, I'm going to go ahead and put that towards my sinking fund. And a lot of that is actually going to be going towards my kids fund. Because if you guys don't know, I kind of set up a goal or a way to budget for my kids' sinking funds. And that is to every quarter have at least $100 set aside for them. So I do need $300 in that sinking funds envelope so that I can go ahead and get them, you know, some things that they need. We're also going to be coming up for school in August, even though summer just started. Again, I like to think ahead as much as I can to kind of better prepare myself and prepare my budget. So this is what my June 2023 paycheck number 1 looks like. At the end of each budget, you guys, you see I do a zero-based budget. And what that means is that I give every single dollar a job, you guys. So let me know in the comments what you're prioritizing in your June budget for 2023. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, please give it a thumbs up, you guys. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget your notification bell so you never miss the next time I post. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, and drop me a green heart if you made it all the way to the end and supporting today's upload. Again, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.